This episode has been brought to you by Manscaped. The new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GULCH20 for 20% off plus free shipping today. This week on the Heart of the Gulch YouTube show, we sit down with Canadian recording artist Devin Cooper. In our Walk the Line episode, Devin performs his single, She's My Religion. Let's check out the episode. We are in the Heart of the Gulch. I'm your host, Tony Mendoza, and today I'm very excited for my guest. Taking a trip all the way down from Calgary, Canada, we got the one and only Devin Cooper in the building. I didn't butcher it, did I?
No, you did it. 100% right.
Oh, man.
Sound like you're from Calgary.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, man. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing fantastic.
Man.
You?
Oh, dude, I am happy. You're my last interview for the week. So we got to enjoy some bourbon. We're going to hang out and we're going to learn a little bit more about you.
Perfect.
But more importantly, man, congratulations on the nominations, bro.
Thank you very much.
The Country Music Alberta Awards. You got how many? 6?
Got 6 nominations this year.
Dude, my gosh, man. Shout out to that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Do you know which ones they're all nominated for?
I'll see if I can remember them off the top of my head.
Yeah, just the ones that are the most important to you. You don't got to go all.
I think the coolest one for me is Album of the Year. Being nominated for Album of the Year. I mean, put out a huge record last year. It's 22 songs.
Good Things.
Good Things Deluxe Edition. And to be nominated for like the body of work, like that's everything we're doing is we're writing songs to make music, to play them live. And, you know, it's cool to have a song nominated and to be nominated for songwriter and artist and all these different things. But I feel like a body of work is the coolest thing. I've always been such a fan of records and like putting a record on and listening to it top down. And so, you know, to now have my name on that ballot for Album of the Year is
that's
really
pretty
special,
sick, bro. And you know, what's amazing is I got a chance to listen to it. You are such a visual dude. Like I saw so many visuals from you performing live in front of an audience, your songs, but then also I have a bone to pick for you because the other guy music video is so bad. It's fun, but it's bad at the same time because the whole point is that you're the other guy.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone embrace that in a song before.
It's a choice.
Yeah. Well, have you gotten anybody talking about that?
I think it's cool because it's like equal parts like, oh man, and also equal parts like kind of quirky and kind of funny at the same time. And when the song came out, everybody kind of looking like, do you do that? Is that a thing? Or are you just saying that? And I will not confirm or deny whether or not it's based on a true story. We all have pasts, and that's for sure. But what I thought it was so cool is that no one ever writes from the vantage point of being the other guy. Yeah. So I thought that was a very unique take on a story as old as time. It's kind of like a flip on like, you know, Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. This is almost like Before She Cheats. It's kind of like the flip side of it, right? Man, the model that you got for it, man, she looked like a famous person. I wasn't sure who she was. Her name's Kiana. She's actually from Calgary, and you know, kind of influencer, digital marketer. She reminded me of a American actress. I just cannot recall the name of her particularly. She definitely has an actress look to her. She does. It was she was gorgeous. You looked amazing too, man. And also another question. I've seen the hats. You love hats. I want to know what's some of your favorite hats that you're wearing. This one is my number one. It's actually the first hat I got. Basically what happened is you know, the world shut down in 2020. I started growing my hair. I've always wanted to have long hair. And that was a good excuse to do it. And it was kind of like a changing point in the evolution of where the music was headed and what I was doing. And it kind of gave me a chance to kind of, you know, rebrand, restructure what I was doing. And I found this hat in Calgary and I just loved it. It just fit perfect. I tried on so many hats and it's just the one. It's been to hell and back. It's been broke and crushed and restructured. And actually last time I was in Nashville back in September, I got a new band for it at Hatworks. Yeah, so, man. And we love Hatworks here. Yeah. You know, it's so funny to me that a hat or a particular style of clothing
can really put a look together.
Absolutely.
We had Shantea on yesterday.
Yeah.
And her thing is the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And it is like, without the sunglasses, I don't get the same Shantea.
Yeah.
Right. And just like you,
Totally.
Devin, if it's not with the hat, man, I don't know if it's really Devin Cooper.
Totally. It's part of the look now.
I love it, man. Now, speaking of which, we were talking about, I don't know what happened this week, but the Canadians took over Nashville in full force.
We did.
And obviously, it's during a time of when the USA lost the battle against Canada in hockey. And how did you feel about you guys beating us?
I mean, I think it's only fair. It's our game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Were you ever a sports guy growing up?
I wasn't. I was a pretty bad Canadian growing up. I didn't play hockey. I didn't really skate. And I just kind of sat and played guitar. And so did everything to avoid the cold, actually. So, coming to Nashville this week, it's not really avoiding the cold. It's pretty damn cold here right now.
It
This is
hit
the
you right
coldest
when it
it's
came
ever
in.
been when I've been in Nashville.
Well, this is why I'm telling you, when you guys transitioned over here and you guys flew to South, you guys brought the North with you.
I know.
Speaking of which, though, playing the guitar, man, first off, you got to show everyone the shirt underneath the jacket, man. The Eliminator shirt is fire. I just hear within your music the love for the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, that is so important to me because I love people that really can jam,
Totally. I love playing guitar, and I mean, like, obviously ZZ Top, huge influence on me, Billy Gibbons. Growing up, like, I started begging my parents for a guitar when I was like 5 years old.
Really?
And for no reason in particular. I think it was actually, I'll step back. I remember being like 2 years old, and we had one of those like big, like 5-disc CD changers that everyone had in the 90s with the big tower speakers. And we had the Beatles anthology disc.
Okay.
And I remember just cranking the intro to Day Tripper over and over again, hearing that opening guitar riff. And I would just listen to it over and over again. So I think I probably asked my parents, like, well, what's that? What's that sound? And so when I was 5, I was like, I want to play guitar. They're like, you're 5. In 2 weeks, you're going to want to do something different. Like this week, you want to play guitar.
That's a fair
Next week,
assessment.
you're going to want to be an astronaut. Next, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be all over the place. And so I just kept begging and begging and begging. And finally, they were like, okay, save up your money from your report cards and your allowance and do your chores and all this stuff. And eventually you'll have enough money. You can buy your own guitar if you really want one. So I saved up my money for 2 years. And then when I was 7, I walked up Christmas morning and there was a guitar sitting there for me. But
they made you save for 2 years?
They did.
Damn. Shout out to your parents, bro.
But it came with the condition when they gave it to me that I had to pay for my first 6 months lessons with all that money I'd saved up.
You know what? Actually, that's really dope. That's really cool. I mean, that's a long time to have to wait, but that is pretty cool that they transitioned it to like you growing up, right? You saved for you to pursue your dream. But man, that is such a unique story because I don't think a lot of people in music in general, start that young.
Totally.
It's usually forced upon them. You know, piano is always the thing. I don't know what it is about piano, but they make everybody play the piano when you're growing up.
My dad was like that. He played piano growing up, had, Royal Conservatory music and was up to, grade 5 or 6 or something like that. But it was never something he wanted to do. It was just like, and he could do it, but it wasn't like a love and a passion for it. And I wanted to play guitar more than anything else. And I think that, having to save up for it and work for it just made me want to do it that much more when I actually had the opportunity to do it.
Going from the Beatles, how did you end up being truly influenced by ZZ Top? Because that is 2 different types of sounds.
It is very different. So my dad listens to like the Beatles, and then also he listens to like a lot of Southern rock stuff, like like the ZZ Top, the Lynyrd Skynyrd, Stevie Ray Vaughan, like those things were all the stuff that he listened to. And on the flip side, my mom listened to like 80s hair metal and hard rock. So she's listening to like Motley Crue and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. So those are like the things that were being played in the house. And I think the Beatles were kind of like just the staple. Like everyone has a Beatles record.
I want to know with Alberta, what is the music scene truly like? And is there a large demographic of country? What is the typical sound over there?
Alberta's definitely heavily country influenced. I mean, the Calgary Stampede is the largest outdoor rodeo in the world. It's agriculture, it's farming, it's all that stuff that's happening in Alberta. So there is like definitely a large country scene, but the Alberta music scene in general is legitimately a big family. I remember, especially the country scene. I remember I went to the Calgary Music Awards when I was like maybe 18 years old, and I was like a complete outsider. I didn't know anybody, and I walked into the room, and there's like the rock bands that are kind of all hanging out together, and there's like a few different artists, and then there's this like one massive section over here of all these people, and I'm like, who's that? Like, who are all those people? And I remember asking someone, they're like, oh, that's like the country scene in Alberta. And I was like, well, that's what I want to be a part of. It's like a big family. Like everyone's working together. They're all hanging out. There's no like competition against each other because we're all writing tunes together. A lot of us, share band members and stuff like that. And it's really cool.
That's awesome. And then talk to me about the scene of going on tour over there, because I think that is something that I think Americans, myself included, man, we're so fixated on the 50 states and we almost forget about Alaska, to be fair.
Yeah.
But we're so fixated on what we do here. We don't truly try to venture out and understand, our brothers in the North and the South.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what's that scene like when you go touring out there?
It's wild. It's a barren wasteland. There's like, you're down here and you can drive, 50 miles and you can hit a whole new demographic.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like 5 hours of driving. Also, that's the thing. We talk about time and distance in hours, and you guys talk about it in actual miles.
Yeah.
Because the weather's such a big thing about where we're from. So it's going to take, an hour to get there today in the weather, or it's going to take 2 hours to get there because the weather hits us so different.
Is that due to, I'm guessing, the reason why is snow?
Snow and winter and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, but a lot of times it's like, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours between like major cities that you're going to hit.
Yeah, big time. You guys are very spread out. It's like Texas almost, or even bigger than Texas.
Totally. So it's kind of an interesting place to tour and to travel around because it's not like you're going to hit one spot, drive 60 miles down the road and hit the next spot.
That's crazy.
You're going to drive 4, 6, 10. I mean, it's like 72 hours to drive to either side of the country. And there's, like 20 major cities along the way that you can hit.
See, I guess maybe that's what it is. When we think about America, right, and just the U.S., yeah, you have major cities have major different scenes. Mm-hmm. And I guess I never thought about that. The distance between in Canada is so great that touring over there, I mean, that sounds like it's going to be like a real, like you have to grind that out. That sounds like a grind.
Totally. And a lot of times you're only going to be touring in the summer because in the winter, like the roads and everything are so unpredictable that.
When does that start?
Kind of starts in like October, November kind of thing. And it can go right till end of April.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, people still do tour in the winter and stuff like that. A lot of the bigger camps that have like, tour buses and all the big stuff that are like, equipped to go through that. But in terms of us, it's a lot of like, kind of keeping around the local area and venture out and little weekend warrior stuff.
Well, speaking of which, and weekend warriors and supporting the troops. Well, look, first of all, I got to stop the video real quick. We got to thank the sponsors of this video that's keeping everything, all the lights on. And we'll be right back with Devin right after this. This episode has been brought to you by Manscaped. The new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GULCH20 for 20% off plus free shipping today. So, Devin, I want to know what it's like to be at one of your shows. Talk to me. You said it was, 107, sometimes like 100 plus shows a year?
Yeah, it's playing a lot.
Man, so talk to me about like what's it like to be at one of your shows? What's the energy level like? And what are the crowds like?
Try and keep it high energy. We just love having fun. I mean, being a guitar player myself, it's like, how many solos can we rip? How many band, movements can we have? Like, what can we do to have fun? What can we do to also highlight the band? I'm so fortunate. I have a phenomenal band. We got a 6-piece band. So there's banjo and dobro and keys, second guitar player, bass, drums, and everybody sings as well.
Everybody that I saw on the live set, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, shout out to them. They're killer.
They are phenomenal.
That banjo player. What's the banjo player's name?
Mitch J.
Dude, Mitch is killer with the banjo.
He is killer. Cool story about Mitch, actually. He is a 5-time CCMA, which is the Canadian Country Music Awards, winner for Steel Guitar Player of the Year. And he's also, so that means he's in the Hall of Fame. Can't win it anymore. He's won it 5 times. And he's also a 5-time CCMA winner for Specialty Instrument of the Year, which is like banjo dobro. So he's the youngest person to be in the Hall of Fame, and he's the only person to be in the Hall of Fame twice.
Dude, what? Man, that's awesome. His name was Mitch?
Mitch.
Shout out to Mitch, man. And that's awesome that you highlighted that, bro, because I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't know. when they go to these shows, right, you're headlining it under your name, but they don't realize the people behind you, those band members that are just as great as you. Just because they're not singing doesn't mean that they don't kill it in their own profession.
Totally. The show couldn't happen without them. It's a group effort. It's a team effort. We're all in it together. It's a big family. And like you said, just because my name's on it doesn't mean that the show could go with just me. Like when you get that band on stage, you get everyone going. It's like we're all working together. We're all creating different parts. We're all feeding off each other, kind of building the energy and also feeding the energy off the crowd. And I feel like it's a balance, and it's a balance between the crowd and ourselves where, you know, the crowd gives us energy. We try to match it.
100%.
We give the energy back. They give it more. We try and it's like a back and forth between them. And yeah, the guys are phenomenal for that. They're all great players. There's a moment in the show where, you know, every person gets to shine on stage and show what they do. And it's really cool.
So then also what I've known about Canada and the music scene up there is that there's a lot of festivals.
There is.
A lot of festivals. And what I'm curious to know is, you know, how different is it to play a festival there versus playing a show inside one of these provinces?
It's cool. Festivals are a lot of fun because it's a big stage. It's a big crowd. Like we play Nashville North at the Calgary Stampede every year, and it's, you know, a big party tent closed in. That's like 5,000 people slammed in this thing. Big stage, a lot of fun. But they're all there to see kind of the whole night of music, and they're there to see everyone. And so there's less like, you know, dedicated 100% fans to you in that kind of situation. And when you play a show, like one of the great venues that we have is called Bo's Bar and Stage. It's in Red Deer. It seats about 400 people. And, you know, you get a few hundred people in there coming to your show. They're there to see you. And it's a different energy that they're giving you and feeding you because they're there for you. And they're there to be a part of the energy and to be there for that moment. So we get to share that together. It's
so cool to see the scene growing. And it's always been grown. That's the thing is I think that Nashvillians and people that live in Nashville, there's this connection with Canada. I've never seen anything like it because in South Texas or in the Texas music scene, there isn't that type of, there isn't that much of a love with Canadian country artists. It's more Southern Mexico. Totally. And so it's a lot more Tejano and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's cool to live in Nashville, meet folks like yourself, Dallas, Shantea, and all those guys. And it's cool to like see that there's this thriving scene over there so much that you guys see the scene here and you're investing your time here to work on new music.
Totally. I mean, it's phenomenal that we can travel back and forth. And, you know, there are so many Canadians in Nashville, which is awesome. It's like a big community here again. And, you know, to be able to go back and forth and, you know, work in Canada and tour and do all that stuff. And then also come here and write and work and, you know, make a bunch of friends down here. It's a really cool thing.
So I'm curious to know what is in your zone when you want to just sit back, enjoy music that's not your own. What are you playing?
I'll give you like 5 artists that are like at the top of my list right now.
Love that. Do it.
One of the bands called Bros Landreth. They're out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, so just a couple provinces over from me. And those guys are some of the best musicians in the world. They are outrageous. The harmonies are phenomenal. Joey Landreth is a slide guitar player. Do you know who Derek Trucks is?
No, I don't.
Okay, he's like probably, you know, one of the best slide guitar players in the world, and Joey is right there beside him in that world. Like Allman Brothers blues, that kind of stuff. And so Bros Landreth is like top of the list for me as one of my favorites. Another one from right here in town, Cadillac 3.
Oh yeah, dude.
Huge fan of those guys. Actually, the first country concert I ever went to was the Cadillac 3 and Kip Moore.
Really?
And that show changed my life. We can get back to that. I'll give you the other artists first.
Okay.
And I've been a big Zach Top fan lately. Man, I just can't get enough of Zach Top. And it's not the stuff I grew up on, but I love everything he's doing.
That one, so, you know, I may take this out, I may not, but we'll see. Okay. But for some reason, I have a feeling that Zach Top is almost like God, I don't even know if I want to say it, but an industry plant.
You think so?
Man, it is so good, so quick. I mean, when Zach Top came in this, now granted, we live in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
So I live in Nashville, so I know what it's like for Shabuzi to pop off. It only takes a year. And that's the same thing that Zach Top's been doing, right? He popped off within a year, but damn it, man, that music that he's making is so rich. It's so old school. It's so, South Texas, almost like George Strait.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, I know he's been killing it up there in Washington for a long time.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe that he came into this scene with that type of sound so quickly. So by me calling him a plant, I mean that in the most respectful way possible, that damn it, he is so good so quick.
He is unbelievable. And like the acoustic videos that he posts, like his vocal technique and his tone and his control. And like, I think that's grown up in the bluegrass world though. Like those bluegrass players are next level players. Like if you're a good bluegrass player and a good bluegrass singer, like no one's going to touch you. No one's going to hold a card to you. And like you see videos of Zach when he's like 16 years old, like flat picking, playing bluegrass stuff and singing wild harmonies and stuff like that. And so I think like, he's undeniably fantastic as a musician. And I think, just getting him in the rooms with the right writers, he's writing with all the guys that wrote all the huge hits in the 90s and 2000s. And I mean, you put those two together, it's like, it's going to be magic.
It's going to be, but it could be magic for yourself too. Yeah. That's the thing. And that's what I mean by the idea of a plant, right? Is like, if you had the opportunity to work with the producers that made multi hits in the 90s, I think you would find the same jumping off page as well.
That's fair.
Now, granted, though, Zach Top too, so we're not going to say anything wrong about Zach Top or Beyonce. I don't want Beyonce to kill me.
Yeah.
But what's funny, though, is that you like Zach Top. You enjoy listening to what it sounds like to me is you love the instrumentation and listening to not just the words and the songs. You like to listen to everything in the background. Is that true?
Absolutely. I'm just a huge music fan in general. And I mean, coming from a guitar player first, I think my ear first goes to the guitar playing and then probably goes to like the melody that they're singing and how hooky that is. And then probably the lyrics. And I think depending on what the instrumentation is, I focus on certain things first. Like if it's a very stripped down production, I'm going to focus on the lyric because clearly they've chosen to keep the production minimal so that you focus on the lyric. And if they're, having a wild production on it, and it's like a Brothers Osborne tune where, John Osborne is just ripping on the guitar. It's like, that's what they want you to hear. So like, that's what's going to draw my attention to it.
Isn't that interesting from a non-musical inclined perspective that people are listening to these songs just for the lyrics?
Yeah.
They're just listening to the story. Think about and I'm going to talk to y'all real quick before we take this break here. Think about all the layers to a song. You have lyrics, you have a story, you have instrumentation, you have melody, you have how things are sounding by the way they play. Think of, and that's just in one song.
Yeah.
And that's not even including the engineering, the marketing.
Yeah.
Like it's truly incredible that it all starts with a hymn or a hum. So when you go into making your music, are you going into it from a standpoint of like, this melody sounds good? Leave it to chance. Was it just a chance when someone just said it to you in a parking lot in California?
Yeah.
What was it like? How does it inspire you?
I think it's cool because you have the lyrics of the song. Obviously, that's what you're writing first. Like when we're sitting down in a room to write a tune, we're writing the lyrics, we're trying to write the story. And then I think with the production and the music that you play and the instrumentation that you choose, you're trying to match that emotion that the lyric is telling with the instrumentation. And I think like a really great production, if you take the lyrics out of it, will also take you on the same emotional journey that the lyrics do.
That makes total sense. But, I'm happy that I was able to break it down because, I think people just hear songs and they listen to the lyrics, they listen to the story. But that is one aspect of all the people that work behind this song.
Absolutely.
All right. And speaking of that, we got to take another break here. But when we come back, we're going to play a little game and leave you with my last two questions of the show that I ask everyone. And then I'm excited to see what you do for your Walk the Line segment, which I presume is going to be a in-studio performance.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm excited to do that. We'll be right back after this. Oh, I didn't see you guys there. Hey, if you're enjoying the content that we provide, please consider subscribing to our Heart of the Gulch YouTube show. Hit the subscribe button that's right in front of you, or hit the Heart of the Gulch logo over here in the corner. And of course, like magic, hit the recommended subscribe button that's over here in the banner. We would love to have you guys here at the Heart of the Gulch YouTube channel. And let's get you back onto that interview right now. Tell me the story about Leave It a Chance. We kind of touched on it briefly.
We did, yeah. I was down in California in, I guess it would have been October 2023. I was down there for a big concert at the Indio Polo Grounds. It's called Power Trip. And it was AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Metallica, Tool, and Guns N' Roses.
That's heavy.
It's heavy. And so we camped in the desert for 4 days at the Indio Polo Grounds, and there's thousands of people camping. And where we were parked in the campground, kind of right behind us and beside us was this guy that I met. And I'd kind of overheard him talking, and I'll give you a little bit of backstory on him. He was down there, and I heard him talk to the neighbor, and he said it's his 35th wedding anniversary this weekend.
Wow.
And he was down there at the concert by himself. And so I kind of chimed in. I was like, your wife said it was fine to come down on the 35th wedding anniversary? And he was like, yeah, I've wanted to see AC/DC my whole life. I've never got to see him. And I said, if I ever get the chance, I'm going to go see him.
It's a good wife.
I know, absolutely. And so, we ended up chatting. We're talking throughout the whole weekend and have a couple late nights, drinking some whiskey and stuff like that. And at the end of it all, he's from Salt Lake City. And I said, we should keep in touch. We should and we always say that, you see people, you meet them, we should keep in touch. And he goes, well, let's not leave it to chance. And I pulled out my phone, I wrote it down instantly. And I was like, there's something in that. I don't know what it is. And we didn't leave it to chance. We got together again, got chatting about the Calgary Stampede. And last summer, he actually brought his mom up from Salt Lake City to the Calgary Stampede. And they came and saw our shows, came watch the rodeo and all that kind of stuff. And actually in May, I'm going to be back in town, and he's flying in from Salt Lake City, and him and I are going to go see AC/DC when they're in town here.
See, now, the power of music.
Yeah.
That is by far the absolute power of music.
It is.
And not only from a standpoint that both of you guys love this type of music, but more importantly, you guys also been able to, you're able to build a bond, create a song that went on the album, right? And then all these things added up to him being a fan of your music.
Yeah.
It's wild that an overarching theme of music brought people together. And I think that's the whole point of music.
Absolutely. It is the universal language, legitimately. People say that, but it really is. And the impact that music can have on people is unbelievable in bringing people together. I run a charity event every year in Canada called Ride to Remember, and it's for the Alzheimer Society of Calgary. And the impact that music has on people, even with Alzheimer's, and, how it takes them back to that place and allows them to relive those moments. And yeah, music is unbelievable. Yeah,
man. And so speaking of that, keeping that train going, let's have a little lighthearted game over here. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab that little thing to your far right. You got it. Boom. Bring it up to you. Put it. You can kind of set it right there, facing the camera a little bit. Perfect. So in there, I got a bunch of random questions.
Okay.
And it makes it fun because everyone has different answers to these questions, so it makes it even funner. So give it a wheel, spin the wheel, let's see what it gets. Go ahead, read that one out loud.
Your most memorable hate comment on social media. I get this message, and this is kind of a social media hate, kind of like a real in-life hate, but it came across through social media that I found about it. Someone in my hometown had made a poster, a poster board that you go buy at Dollar Tree or whatever like that. And they'd wrote on it, Devin Cooper sucks and is a contest cheater, which I had never won a contest. And then they posted it up in the hometown, and people were taking pictures of it, sending it to me. So I would say that is the most hate that I've got on social media. I found out about it through social media.
There are so many hate comments out there that the zing sticks with you. Obviously, you don't want zings that are going to hurt you and break you down. But the zings that are truly one of one, I think they're actually pretty funny because you look back at it today and you're like, damn, I cannot believe someone did that.
I mean, even look at Hardy right now. His whole record's called Quit. And the first song on it's somebody wrote quit on a napkin and told him and put it in a tip jar. And they told him to quit. And that inspired this entire record that he's currently touring.
Like I said, hate comments are powerful, but they're also there to inspire in a weird way.
Yeah.
All right, let's do 2 more of them. Come on, spin it up.
What we got here? Most embarrassing moment on stage. Oh man, I've had a few. Ripped the crotch open in my pants a few times.
Why does it always has to do with clothing? That is such a normal thing for musicians. It's clothing related.
I think probably we're overly conscious about our clothes because we, think so much about what we put on and how we're going to look and what we're going to wear. And then something goes wrong and you're like, God, I spent so much time trying to put this together and then it didn't work.
So you said so your crotch, basically, it just ripped from like in between like there. Okay, what else? Give me some more stuff.
There was another time, I mean, I forgot lyrics where you just have no idea what the lyrics are. You just completely draw a blank. It's funny, we were in-ear monitors on stage, and my musical director has a talkback mic where he can hit a button, talk into the microphone, and it just goes to us.
Yeah.
So we can all kind of communicate on stage. And one time we were playing at Nashville North, that big stage I was talking about in Calgary, and we were playing a tune, and I came out of the guitar solo, and I went back, and it was my first time playing Nashville North, and I just kind of looked out at the crowd, and I was just kind of soaking it in, and I was playing and playing and playing, and I was supposed to go back and sing. And I don't know how long this went on, but it had to be like a minute. And I'm just standing there playing, just like looking out.
You're really in the moment.
Just what's happening. And he like hops on the mic. He's like, so are we going to play the song or are you just going to stand around the rest of the day? Like,
wow.
Talking at me. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I went to sing and I forgot the lyrics. I didn't know where I was because I was just like in the moment soaking it all in.
What's the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Biggest crowd? I played at the Calgary Flames intermission during playoffs last year, and there was 17,000 people at the Saddle Dome in Calgary.
Does that moment ever get too big for you?
No, it's so much fun. I think it used to be nerve-wracking, and I think the nerves have changed to excitement. It's the same feeling. I think nerves and excitement can be mixed up with each other because it's a lot of the same feeling. And now it is just excitement. It turns to excitement, and it's like, it's what I'm living for.
You know, I was watching a video of, I think it was John Mayer, and he was basically talking about how if he ever got nervous, he just played the guitar.
Yeah.
Because he's such a good guitar player that he was able to say, okay, I just cannot sing right now. And he just bluesed it out on the guitar.
I do that.
See, and it's very interesting to me because a lot of people can't do that. So you kind of have like a backup just in case something goes wrong. And and that happens?
Absolutely. There's usually the second song in our set, because it always takes a second to settle. You start a show, it's like the high energy, you're coming out, and then you kind of got to like settle and find like kind of get your feet on the ground for the rest of the show. And usually the second song in our set is one that I could play with my eyes closed, not thinking anything. And there's a big long solo in the middle, and we've kind of got it arranged that I can take as long as I need in the solo. And a lot of times I'll just keep soloing until I'm kind of like, cool, I'm good, here for the show. Like the excitement,
that's your zen?
Nerves, the excitement nerves have gone away. I'm settled, kind of like look around, and then we carry on with the song, and then the show
That's a
goes on.
skill, because like I said, already you're singing, already you have people that you have to entertain, but allowing yourself to kind of get there, play a guitar that you're the most comfortable with. All right, so I'm curious to know this. So a story that you told me a little bit beforehand, but I want to put it on camera here, okay? So talk to me about a time that you're recording in a studio in Canada that was with the legend, but you got to let me know what was so legendary about it.
Okay, so we were out in Vancouver at a studio called The Warehouse, and it's owned by a guy named Bryan Adams. If you don't know who Bryan Adams is, you probably know the song Summer of '69.
Classic song.
Classic. International hit. Actually, fun fact about that song. It came out, no one played it. No one listened to it.
Summer of '69?
Wasn't a hit. And then it was like a radio DJ in like Switzerland or some wild thing that put it on the radio like 4 years after it came out, and it blew up.
So actually like Tennessee Whiskey with Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that Chris Stapleton just did a rendition of Tennessee Whiskey.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you were recording in the studio.
Recording in the studio at the Warehouse in Vancouver. We finished recording. I come out and like there's a kitchen area, and then I hear someone playing guitar. And so I kind of asked the studio staff, I was like, oh, is someone else recording upstairs? And they were like, oh, just Brian's playing guitar. I was like, oh, just Brian. Like I grew up listening to this guy's records, seen him play shows. He sells out like 20,000 seats a night around the world. Like it's unbelievable. And he's just upstairs playing guitar right now. And I can hear it. Like
It's a dream.
My mind is blown right now. We go back into the studio, we pack up all our gear, we get ready to go. And as I'm standing in the kitchen again, I hear these footsteps coming from downstairs. And there's like a shining halo of light, and Bryan Adams is walking down the stairs towards me. And he like walks up, he's like, hey, I'm Brian. yeah, no kidding. And has everything been good here today? You guys been treated well? Yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal. We're in this like world-class studio. And he goes, I'm going to go run across the street and grab a coffee. Are you guys going to be here for a while?
And you better say yes.
Yeah, I looked at the studio staff because we were on our way out, and I like looked, and I was like, yeah, we're going to be here. And they like kind of nodded, like, it's okay. Like, you can stick around. And he goes, okay, well, when we get back, I want to grab you guys, and I want to take you on a tour. So he comes back 10 minutes later, grabs me and the whole band, my whole production team, takes us upstairs to his private studio. He's got a little living quarters there and a kitchen. And then he walks us into his studio, and there's a row of guitars sitting there. And like one of his most iconic guitars that he plays is like an old 50s Gibson 175. And like I've seen him play it live, and it's sitting right there. Like I'm looking at it. And then he picks up this acoustic off the rack, and he's like, you're a player, hey? Yeah. So he hands me this guitar, and I'm strumming it. And it's like a mid 50s Gibson D18. And I'm playing it, kind of strumming away. And he's just kind of standing there smiling for a second. He goes, do you know whose guitar that is? No, whose guitar is it? That was Johnny Cash's guitar. And I'm just like, I stop in my tracks. I'm standing there with like one leg up holding this thing like a flamingo or something. And I'm just like, mind completely blown.
Yeah, that's...
Like, what do you mean? So then I stop and I look at it, and I'm looking at this thing, and I was like, this was Johnny Cash's guitar? It's like, yeah. So then I played the Folsom Prison Blues intro lick, and then very carefully handed it back to him.
That should be in a museum.
It should.
And not alone, it's so crazy to me that certain types of instruments, certain types of people just have this aura around them, right? And
yeah,
I believe that, when you have such old equipment like that from a person who's gone, who's passed, I believe some of the spirit is still in those things.
Oh yeah, there's an energy in it, and like you play it, and the way it rings out, and it sounds like there's an energy built up in that guitar.
It's just amazing that there's certain people that have the ability to have such iconic pieces like that, because that belongs in a museum somewhere.
Yeah.
And he just had it, you said, in a rack filled. It was just like a rack.
Like on a stand. And I mean, the cool thing is like he's still recording records with it. Like it's still getting used.
Still alive.
And I love that. Because like, I don't know, for me, I love seeing guitars in museums that are iconic things. But also it's like
sad in a way.
It's meant to be played. Like how many great songs were written on that guitar? How many stories does that guitar have to tell? And if you package it up and put it on the wall, it doesn't get to tell the stories. And as a player, like when I grab every different guitar, it makes me play something different. So like for him, he might pick up that guitar and it makes him play something he would never play on another acoustic.
And that's that aura of where it originally come from. Now,
exactly.
I'm going to ask you a fun question here. Okay. So top 3 guitars that you wish you had in your rack that belonged to someone else.
Oh, belonged to someone else.
Yeah, so these guitars belonged with someone else. And I'm going to answer the question too, but after you.
Okay. Oh, well, it's interesting. One of them for sure is Stevie Ray Vaughan's number 1. It's a 1963 Strat, or a 59 Strat with a 63 neck. Beat to hell. He's broke multiple necks on it, and it's actually his brother, Jimmy Vaughn, still owns it, and he lives in Austin. And once in a while it goes out and it gets put in a museum for people to see. Yeah. But then it goes back home.
Yeah, it goes back to working.
Exactly. It goes back to where it needs to be, where it's like with the family and taken care of. Another one would be, this one doesn't even have to be a famous person's guitar. It's just a famous guitar in general.
Okay.
Would be like a 1959 Gibson Les Paul Sunburst. They are super, super rare. There's not many of them around. And like one just came up for sale the other day. It's $550,000.
Wow.
And so like lots of people have them, but to have something attainable like that you could actually, get in your hands and
it all comes down to the type of instrumentation that was made behind it, right? The engineering behind it that you can't find anywhere else.
And the wood that was used and the way the pickups were made. I mean, everything was handmade back then. They were hand winding pickups. It was all hand built, handmade. And I mean, today Gibson still builds guitars by hand, but there's something really special about those years. Those were the first years that the Sunburst finish had come out, and there's a certain sound to the pickups, and like all your favorite records were recorded with one of those guitars.
I love that. All right, now give me one more.
One more. Oh man, Johnny Cash's Martin.
Well, at least you got to play that one.
I did.
Now, all right, I got to think about mine because I'm a big guitar fan. I love listening to the music. So first one has to be a Santana guitar.
Yeah.
I don't care which one it is. I just want to know that Santana would play that guitar.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't care which one it is. Second, it will never happen in my wildest dreams, but if it did, I would love it, would be Willie Nelson's Trigger.
Oh, man. I can't believe I didn't say that
Man, and that one deserves to, like so Trigger, for the folks that do not know this, Willie Nelson has been playing with the same guitar since the beginning. And the thing is hanging on by a thread where it should be inside a museum.
Yeah.
Like there should be no, but so, Willie Nelson could be in a museum at this point.
Yeah.
But so I'd have Trigger for sure because it has a name. And
I'd just love to see that guitar in person. Like I would
still around.
I know. I got to go see him. That's a bucket list for me. I was actually going to fly down early because he just did a run in Florida for like 3 days before I was in Nashville. And I almost flew down early to go see him. I had a friend that went to one of the shows and I saw some of the videos. He was like this far away from him. He's just sitting up there and he's got his whole family with him. And
of course, I mean, the guy's in his 90s, right?
93.
Yeah, I mean, like we're not going to have him forever, but no. It is what it is. And then another guitar that I would have, my last guitar that I would have, that is a tough question. I can't believe I even asked that question.
You got it.
Well, I guess it would be ZZ Top, and it would be one of the brothers of ZZ Tops because I'll tell you a quick story. These guys may know it, but I'll let new fans hear it.
Yeah.
For 5 years, I've tried to see ZZ Top. 3 years of my life, in different eras of my life, I tried to see ZZ Top. The first time was in San Antonio, Texas with my dad. And I believe one of the brothers got sick. So I'm like, whatever, chalk it up. I'll see him another time. I went to Texas A&M where they were headlining this thing called Chili Fest. It was a festival. Mm-hmm. And man, I was excited. I bought tickets. They're headlining it. There ain't no way I'm missing it. Of course, the drummer breaks his hand. So they didn't get to play the headline it. So I'm like, whatever, it's all good. So actually it's 4 times. I come back to San Antonio from college. And I'm like, man, ZZ Top's playing with the Los Lonely Boys, which you saw that. And I'm like, I got to go to that concert. I go to the concert and Billy Gibson, right?
Billy Gibbons,
Billy Gibson. Oh, I can't say it. Well, Billy got sick. I know. And I'm just like, damn, man, I can't catch a break. I've been wanting to watch ZZ Top forever. So I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm super excited. ZZ Top is playing the Ryman. I'm like, let's go. This is my time to shine. The brother dies. I'm not going to give that applause. I was about to. My trigger was about to do that, but he passes away. I never got to see ZZ Top play. And every time I wanted to play, there was something that happened.
You want to know something wild? I have the exact same story about ZZ Top.
What?
I was supposed to see them 4 times. I've never got to see them.
Because of...
In 2010, they were on tour with Aerosmith. Mm-hmm. They're coming to Calgary, and I was going to get to go see them. And I was so pumped because I grew up around old cars and hot rods. My dad builds cars, and Billy Gibbons is a big car guy and hot rod guy.
100%.
And he's just like the coolest guy ever.
So cool. All of them are.
All of them are. And the week before the show, Aerosmith was playing in Sturgis, South Dakota, and Steven Tyler fell off the stage, broke his arm, broke his shoulder. They canceled the tour. Didn't get to see ZZ Top.
What are they doing? They're doing some crazy stuff in these shows, I guess.
Next time they came through, they were coming through. They were playing in Edmonton. I was in Calgary. It's like 3.5 hour drive up there. Wicked snowstorm. Couldn't make it to the show. Ugh. Next time they came through, we're playing in Calgary. I was also playing a show that night. Couldn't make it. They're coming back. They're playing in Calgary on June 4th this year. And I am praying to God that I get to go to the show.
Oh, shoot. Well, you met me, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I've chalked it up at this point. I don't want any bad mojo to come to ZZ Top anymore. So at this point, when ZZ Top comes through the door, I'm like, they just played the Ryman just not too long ago. And I'm just like, out of respect for everyone, I'm not going to even try.
Yeah.
So, man, it is one of those situations.
I can't believe that we both have been trying to do that.
Hey, well, they're not like young guns. They're not young guns, you know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that Santana is still out here performing the way he's performing.
Yeah.
Like, he is literally doing dates upon dates.
I know.
And I'm like, the guy is, he's nowhere near as old as the other. He might be the same age.
He's getting close.
Oh, man, but it's amazing. I want to see him too. But anyway, we'll bring it back around to my last 2 questions on the show.
Okay.
Because I don't want to keep you here forever. my second to last question, these guys know I ask it, has to do with imposter syndrome. You kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where people said you couldn't do something or didn't believe that you would be where you are today here in Nashville. How do you not let imposter syndrome affect you and not let it eat you up and you still pursue to go on? And what can you give advice to the person that's dealing with imposter syndrome or haters to not let it get them down?
I think I have a really simple way that I figured it out that just allows me to get through it all. And, you know, people are going to hate on you. It's just the way it is. And when people say you can't do it and people say no, no just means not yet.
I think the same way, bro. Absolutely. Man, it's pretty incredible because I think as a musician, as a creative person, no is thrown out so much that you need to not even worry about it. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure you've gotten a lot of no's.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten too many no's to even count.
Yeah.
Now, my last question on the show, it's 2025. We're filming this in the first half of 2025. What are you looking forward to the rest of the year? Hopefully you get one of these nominations and you get one of these awards.
Yeah.
But, you know, what else are you looking forward to the rest of this year?
Got a ton of shows. I love playing live. Everything that we do, we write songs, make records, it's to play live and to go out and meet people and be in the energy of the show. So playing live all summer long. I can't wait for the shows. I'm pumped to release a bunch more music as well, which is really fun. Just coming off this record and getting right back into it, releasing more stuff. So playing live, releasing music, and, you know, meeting more people out on the road.
Oh, man, I love it, man. And how many more singles do you think? By the end of the year, what do you think? About 4? Or a little less?
Yeah, 4 plus maybe a little more.
Maybe a little bit more. That's nice to know. Well, the way that we tee off your Walk the Line segment, yes, it's called Walk the Line, the irony in that.
I know.
You look straight into that camera right there. You say your name and you say, this is how I walk the line. And then that transitions into your performance, which I'm excited to see what song you pick.
Yeah.
Do you know what song you're playing or no?
I was going to ask you if you had something off the record that you wanted to hear.
Oh, man, dude, that's tough. I'll figure that out when we get there, but let's do this intro real quick. So you look right there, say your name, and you say, this is how I walk the line, and then we transition. You ready to roll? All right, and after the applause, in 3.
Hey, I'm Devin Cooper, and this is how I walk the line. Preacher's daughter. I didn't grow up in a church. No. And not all the red letters in the Bible. And now she can't even quote you a verse. So don't you ask her. She's a hellraiser if I ever knew one. She's a damn straight hallelujah. She's who I swear by. She's a prayer I know by heart. My saving angel, a rhinestone halo in the dark. She's a Saturday night making everything right. She's a Sunday morning vision. Looking in her eyes, yeah, I see the lights. She's my religion. She's my religion. When the world's I boulder on my shoulder, she rolls that heavy, heavy stone away every damn day. And I'd do anything just to keep her. Yeah, she makes me a believer. She's who I swear by. She's a prayer I know by heart. My saving angel, a rhinestone halo in the dark. She's a Saturday night making everything right. She's a Sunday morning vision. Looking in her eyes, yeah, I see the light. She's my religion. She's my religion. Born again whenever if she's with me. She's my religion. Don't know if heaven's where it's gonna get me. She's my religion. She's who I swear by. She's a prayer I know by heart. My saving angel, a rhinestone halo in the dark. She's a Saturday night, making everything right. She's a Sunday morning vision. Looking in her eyes, yeah, I see the lights. She's my religion. She's my religion.